back 1027. If I'm not mistaken, this is halfway through if my maths is right. More reinforcements, some isolated units, interesting. Some disordered rally, usual fare. Okay, what do we got? Well, let's start sea housing first of all. Bring a lot of Russians forward with quite a bit of artillery. This stage of the wars, the Allies have just immense amounts of artillery, just ridiculous amounts of artillery. Kind of why we put the house artillery rule in for having supply close by, just to stop people using them. I'm not saying Devon's doing it, but in general, just to stop using them unrealistically. So he's limbered some up there, unlimbered some up there. Okay. Get my reinforcements up. That's a given. And he's pushed forward here. Okay. 3D view. Now, a lot of people don't like 3D view. I do. I think the Leipzig, Bautzen, and 1814 have the best style of 3D units. But it's not always the easiest to differentiate and move around with 3D. So I tend to just use it for combat resolution more often than not, and especially with the new fields that are just one generic field. That's one thing I can't say I like about the new 3D maps. They really are nice, improve it a lot. However, there's just one generic field type for everything, and some of the games, like of Republic of Bayonets on the Rhine, can you imagine got the 3D update where there was just field upon field upon field. The whole map is fields basically. It would just look like that. Saying that, I can fix it. If I had the, I suppose, patience to do it, it'd take a while to do each individual map now. It's not generic like the old maps where they just take a bitmap file. It's literally hand painted, as I said. Anyway, digress. And then I use 2D view for moving around, just because it's a hell of a lot easier. And then combat resolution usually in 3D. So, what do we got here? He's pushed forward there. The annoying thing is there's cavalry here, then there's not cavalry, then there's infantry, there's the threat. So I can't go in and out of square, but I've got to time it right, because if I've got infantry like... I haven't got any disordered units, but if I need disorder, I can't put them into square when I need them. And he's pushed forward, so he knows what I've got there. Going to bring this force artillery up as well, just to pepper everybody around here. It looks like he might sneak around the side, so I've got to think about that. Reinforcements, 2 towns, and they'll be there. And he's put some units in square. Okay, he's savvy, he's learning. Nothing that some horse artillery won't sort out though, if I can bring that forward. And round the back he's sneaking some cavalry. No match for my cuirassiers, but I don't want to throw them away just for the sake of it. It'd be nice for you guys to watch them just have a random charge, but I've only got 1 squadron of them, so I've got to use them sparingly. Some units sorting themselves out. Okay, good. Bridges on the crossing. He's pulling back. He's pulling back. I think, judging by what he's saying in his email, he's sort of learning the system, that the creek got him, I would say, if I didn't know any better. Yeah, we'll discuss that afterwards. It's one of those things. And he's saying he's got no chance of winning. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know what he's got on that left-hand side. And as I said, it's not about the winning. It's about the journey, the taking part. I know it's cliched and sounds a bit cheesy and old school. And however, it actually is. So, around here, he's bringing all his cavalry up. So I need to get some squares out. They're a bit too spread out. If I'm going to charge, I've got to time this well. So I can have 1 charge here, 1 charge to this group here, follow-up charge possibly to there if I don't lose points hitting them on the way. Then he's still got some around. I think I will charge there, because then they're going to get drawn off to probably deal with them there. And my cavalry it's not much better than his, to be honest. In fact, it's probably not. I'm pretty sure Lancers are D quality, and that's all. Cossacks probably C, maybe D. Yep. Which is pretty much the same around here. It has been since the start, near enough. Jüterberg, let's get some names on. Jüterberg, bring those Chasseurs Cheval up to watch the road. So yes, he has a lot of infantry and cavalry around here. This is sort of the main threat, I think. Lancers, Lancers, Lancers. Lancers, Lancers, Lancers. They're, interestingly, I started a battle of Grossbeeren. And I took on the allies, and they're Pomeranian. And those Swedes that I thought were hussars are Marmeshka cavalry. So we have identified the random nice looking cavalry. I wouldn't say they're the nicest looking. Well, Swedes do have very nice elaborate uniforms anyway. Just not sure about that thing on their headwear. Pomeranians look quite nice. Where were they again? There we go. Pomeranian Lancers. Not very good, but they look the part. Right, I am going to get moving, bring all my reinforcements up, sort my lines out, and I will see you in a few. Right, so let's start with the interesting bits, I suppose, up in the northeast. Jüterberg cavalry brought my... It seems I'll probably be moving these for half the game. But they're almost at the road now. Going to keep these guys in reserve, just in case anything pops its ugly head over these sort of crossings from Jüterberg. I'm just conscious that there's something there. Cavalry-wise then, so my little plan for cavalry is that I have some squares that it's going to sort of maybe, hopefully, possibly push him back. Bring some artillery forward. Protecting these guns, I've only got some skirmishers with them, but we got some troops in column, we've got some skirmishers, and we have some cavalry, so hopefully he won't. Plus, I'm going to have a crack at that leading stack of his. Not too bad. This is where we're going to find out, is my cavalry any good? Now they're going uphill. They're going uphill, but we'll see. Good. Am I going to risk it? Am I going to risk it for a biscuit? Yes. Why not? This cavalry, I said, is going to go over here. That's quite a big stack he's got. But they've got Jacquinot with them. Oof. Dice roll. We've got some more Chasseurs Cheval here. That did work. Can continue, but it'll be uphill by the look of it against that stack. And what numbers have we got? Yeah, we did quite well there. Oof, okay, fair enough. But I'll take that. What I should have done really is fire on some more stacks. No, I don't think he could. No. So it's going to be infantry. What have we got here? So that's what we're looking at with cavalry. Got in amongst them, as we would say. Push them back. He's lost the ability to charge, though. This is one good thing with every stack he's got, because we're going to have that one clear hex to form up to start getting on the well, basically to form up, start trotting, countering, and then basically get into charge. We need that one hex. That's the one of the house rules we're playing with, and he's lost that ability now. Plus the disordered, the ones that are close by. We haven't disordered, but you can still melee with them, just not charge. We're going to get a lot of opportunity fire from all of our guns here, so fairly happy with that. Cornered his cavalry, get rid of that threat, but it will cost me, that's for sure. In the woods themselves then, what have we got? What can we do? Not too much, I think. Just trade some blows, I think. Fontanelli and a guard, that was good. Okay. Any more? Done? Good. So what have we got here? Crack there. I suppose at some point I will have to think about trying to push these brushes off, because there is a victory point there. But he's dug in like a good one. Tighter than duck's bum. How tight's the duck's bum? Watertight. What else have we got there then? So that's about all I can do, I think. Bring my Chasseur Chevals down to Dennewitz. Right, so around the bridges and crossings, let's use our pop guns on the infantry. I think that's the bigger threat of the two. Again, infantry. Nice. There we go. Now we sort of moved them away a bit, we can actually start firing on them all. Not too bad. It's been an expensive attack for him there, and I think it was the creek that caught him. I feel a bit bad now. I should have maybe told him about it. I just didn't know if he... I don't know if in the American Civil War games if that applies or not. If the creek is impassable, same as in the Napoleonic games. Certainly we'll talk about it, and that I think they'd cost him. I suppose real life, you could put it into historical context. You know, you go to the river, you thought you could get over, but you couldn't get over. It's a hard lesson. As I said, I learnt that lesson before as well, playing a guy in Salamanca. And I thought I knew where the creeks were, but I kind of thought I did until I got to them and I was like, oh, that's what he meant by it. Brutal. But there we go. There we go. All's fair in love and war, as they say. Right, my Germans. What can we do here? Not a lot. They're low ammo, can't get them out of the way. Cavalry, I've sort of brought them around a little bit, just so they're poised for whatever he brings round here. He could charge. Oh, he's not going to charge with that squadron, but that stack, he could. Got faith in my dragoons though. Got faith in my dragoons. What else have we got here? So we got 600 there and 300. So these guns, surprised they're still here. But I'll take that. Starting to get some holes in my lines, I've noticed. But reinforcements, I'll show you in a sec, have arrived. So what I've done with my reinforcements, I've split them up. I've got 8 battalions coming. 4 are going to go into this area, sort of north, around this line here. And the rest are going to go up to the hill and reinforce the hill. Bringing my horse artillery up, I'm going to bring it up there. And we could possibly, but then he'll get up, yeah. Just so they can sort of pepper these dragoons that are here and anyone that sticks their nose out around here. Bring them up as well. Give these troops a bit of a blast. Got 700 Kohlbergs, big old regiment, or a battalion. Oh, right. That's good. So, yeah, starting to get a few gaps in the line. So, next turn or two, they will get reinforced. My rally point's growing and growing with skirmishers. To be honest, and the parent regiments today, they're knackered. Troops coming up the valley, the gorge, got artillery coming up as well. Haven't looked at who's new on the map. Taking the sweet time to come up towards Seehausen. Started to disperse my cavalry there, just to make him think twice about going for Goldsdorf. He's going to have to get round, so that's the plan there. I mean, that's 200 victory point. He probably wants to go for that, if I didn't know any better. Out of curiosity, Udino, nice, with C quality line troops. Udino, Pashol and Barde, and he's got a little division. Right, fairly happy with that. Main concerns, nothing really. We're quite strong. Creeping around there, that's the... He creeps around here and sweeps around here, but then I've got these troops coming in and steady flow of reinforcements coming in. What are we doing victory-wise? Mountain, French minor victory. So I think we've gone from a draw to a minor victory. I think it was a draw last time. Lost a lot of cavalry each. Artillery, a couple more, and then some leaders. We've been quite good with our leaders. You play some games where, you know, we get to this sort of stage, it could have been half a dozen, 10 leaders gone. But it seems we're quite careful with our leaders. I mean, they don't have to be in the same stack. They've got a command radius. You just press K, and you can see where they can exert their influence. So they don't have to always be in the same hex. So just zoom out. If I manage to push him back, VP there. Exmansdorf seems a far reach. 200. That is a victory point. Yeah, 200. Zadakau, no. Kozlipsdorf, what a name. Sorry if I butchered that again. As I said, it's not about victory points. That's the way to win on points and be a gamer, but it's not about that. I want to hold my own against him and throw him back. That's the idea. Right, I shall send this back to Devon. Thank you very much for watching, as always. And we'll see you for the next turn, which will be 28. Right, welcome back. A little bit of a delay to turn. We'll be on 28. The time constraints, and this week being back at work and being probably back at work now, has just gone a bit mental, and just the world seems to have gone crazy over the past few months. I don't know why. And finally managed to do a turn. So let's have a look at what Devon has done. Now I believe Devon, his time constraints are worse than mine, so he did say he may or may not film it and things like that. So I'm not sure if he's going to... He'll carry on playing, but I'm not sure if he's going to film it. But we'll see. We'll still do a debrief probably together at the end just to see what's what. Now, Forest. Pushing together with some cavalry up there. And he's in amongst it with my cavalry, and they've routed way over here. I've got some horse artillery. Where's that to? There. Carry on moving those troops there. It's always interesting once you haven't played a game for a couple of days and picking it back up rather than sort of turn after turn after turn. Other than that though, he's made no movements up on the ridge up there by the woods. Down by Niedersdorf, he sort of pulled back and got a defensive line, almost like he wants me to go to him. The trouble is there's going to be another Mexican standoff here because I've got nothing coming up here to actually reinforce that until a fair few turns until some of these reinforcements get up. The Germans then, he's almost pushed them off of this hill. I don't think he knows how much he pushed me there. We've got a lot of cavalry there and a lot of reserve cavalry there. Crikey. So more reinforcements are coming up. So some are going to go left, some are going to go up north. We are in a position to charge with some heavy cavalry. Now, hopefully they'll make it across, but he's got a square there, which is going to ruin everything. So what we might have to do is bring some troops over, try and sort that square out before we can do anything, or bring them down into this crevice. Then they're open to be charged by his troops, his cavalry. Fairly quiet there. So that's the goal's also going to be a case of getting some reinforcements up and sort of sorting them out into a line. A lot of Russians coming by the look of it, more than I remembered. And a lot of Russian cavalry coming up to meet my cavalry. So I think what I'll do, pull back, use this high ground as a defensive position, and just be a bit wary that he might actually nip in the middle, in between there. And do I fill that up with artillery? Be a bit vulnerable out there and a bit far if he doesn't. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to have to get... There's lots of little pockets of action in this one. It's very well spread out. That's why I'm enjoying it so much, I think. And he's kept me double guessing. I've had sort of a grand overall plan to beat him. That was the plan. However, at no point at the moment have I got as much control as I think Devon thinks I might have. That's for sure. Those that are watching both games will, without going into too much detail, obviously, and giving anything away, that's probably a true statement from what Devon tells me. Alright, I will crack on. I will continue. Get my reinforcements up, which more are arriving this turn, and get back to you in a few. So I think I've moved everyone. My reinforcements. We'll start right down the bottom then. I had a little bit of a change of plan with a division here and the division that's just arrived. This is the division that's arrived, 101st. And they're going to now go over to the northwest, and by the time they get there, hopefully act as a bit of a reserve. Everybody else is sort of making their way up to Seehausen, just because there's a lot of Russians there, and probably more Swedes on the way. I think I've unlimbered some artillery here on this ground here, overlooking Blonsdorf. However, I think it's a little bit far. Line of sight blocked by the houses, and then probably too far. By 4 hexes, yeah. However, that will cover our approach for that infantry coming up. I'm not going to really go much further forward. Sent some scouts to Melensdorf, some Clemens Lancers. Around Seehausen, he is creeping around. I think I'm safe in the towns at the minute. And starting to bring up some Saxon hussars. And eventually some artillery in a couple of turns. And some infantry. So there's not a lot going towards Seehausen. There is towards Melensdorf and Blonsdorf. That's why I'm bringing these sort of reserves up here, and they'll join up and go up to Seehausen. Everyone else on the march through the woods. Around Goldsdorf itself, then what can we do? What did I do? We've got some horse artillery that we can take some pot shots at, or with, should I say? We've got a 14 of 50. I also brought forward another battery here. I'll do it all in 3D this time. Brought them forward, unlimbered them, and given them some dragoon protection. I think they're okay for now. Some more horse artillery here, which of course they're behind the line, aren't they? And I didn't mean to stack everybody up here so much. It's just auto move again. Can I move them out of the way? No, but 4 battalions have come up to join this sort of gap here. That was my plan from before, if I remember rightly. They're a little bit... Why is there a gap there? I can't remember. Move them, and of course they did disorder. No, okay, that's no problem. Around here then, it's pretty much pot shots at everyone. Nothing we can do much. But these guns are still here, which is good. And we'll get the line troops on those in the windmill. So I don't think he knows how vulnerable I actually am here. And what I've had to do now, because I moved my horse artillery forward, I limbered them here, moved them forward, but because of the zone of confidence, zone of control, beg your pardon, zone of confidence, I was thinking of something else that I was teaching today. Because of their zone of control, they ran out of movement points straight away, so I had to bring up some protection, move the dismounted dragoons up with them, and this Württemberg line troops, and Stockmeyer as well, just because that square could potentially take those guns, and I want them next time. Didn't really do much with my cavalry at all, brought some more fresh battalions up, or they're coming up, they're on their way, and that's about... Actually, we can fire on this square. Unit is not capable of firing, caught short, so they have a sword. They're only capable of meleeing. Found out the hard way, my own fault. Somebody did mention that in a comment. I think the guy I'm playing Grossbeeren with, Mark, I think he mentioned the same thing, got caught with that. They've only got a sword. Okay, well, they are protecting them. There are some line troops here. And got some skirmishers, but they're low ammo. We'll bring some more skirmishers up. And 29, not that they're going to do much. Didn't move anyone really around here apart from this sort of estranged battalion. we've got some guns, and we're going to duly see what damage they can actually do. Forward there, they're in a town. Got them. My pop guns, yeah. Oh no, it wasn't. I'll have a go. What's in here? Some line troops. Pop guns here. They can have a go at some cavalry. Other than that, movement-wise, what did I do around here? Not a lot. Bringing this artillery down still from the woods. They're just not sorting themselves out. They're dying. It's going to be usual. Pot shots at everyone up on the ridge. And same here, a bit of opportunity fire as always. Fire at these chaps. We'll go for the line troops. And up here. It's got quite... Oh, I didn't mean that at all. That's me rushing. Let's see it. Oh. How many's he got there? 300 against leadless. 3... No. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Mistake. Oh well, they happen. I do have some reserve there, so to fill that gap just in case. Bit of a random move. You'll think, what on earth is he doing there? Completely unexpected. Well, that was an accidental click of the mouse. That was very far away. What am I doing? Guns here then. What have we got? Again, those on the corner of the ridge. Pop guns, corner of the ridge. You can see here. Unlimited horse artillery. You will have a go at these big stack actually. Won't be able to go into line, no. Square, nope. Okay, have a go there. This square's in reach, but not that it'll do any damage. Right, so brought some artillery up there into that square as well. Pop guns, I keep saying pop guns, 3-pounders. And sort of moved my cavalry back a little bit, trying to get into protection of the squares and opportunity fire from my guns. And finally, the Chasseurs Chevals got round to this road and some reserves there, and they're just going to keep tabs on anything that might come up from Jutterberg. Let's have a look at the victory. So it's a French minor victory. I mean, look at the losses I've had. I've had loads of losses. Look at my cavalry, been smashed. Lost a lot of artillery, 2 leaders. It's evens. It's evens. It's nowhere near as bad as you think. If he knew what was how I was at Goldorf. Oh well. We will continue and we will do a debrief. It is a learning experience. As it is for me. I learn all the time. I love playing new opponents that are historically minded and don't mind some house rules. And it's going well. I'm really enjoying the battle. It's very open. There is no sort of main area of operations. There's what now going to be, let's call that 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of smaller ones. That's building up. We're just over halfway, and you know there's no means that I'm going to win. I don't know what he's got up there. He could have half of Russia coming down. There might be some more Prussians coming down from up here. Where's the Swedes? That can't be the only Swedes that are on there. That's annoying me that they're actually in Austrian colour there until 2D. Anyway, I'll fix that. You know, I don't believe that that's all Bernadotte sent. But we'll see. Right, I will send it back over to him. And thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you all on the next one.